honor the 25 million veterans who have worn the uniform of the United States of America. I am especially thankful to be back home, honoring 2 veterans from my own family. My father, former Senator Henry Sheridan, and of course my brother Wally Sheridan, governor of this great state. We observe Veterans Day on a special anniversary, a day when This morning I asked my Secretary of Defense, Ellery Shipley, to formulate a schedule for the gradual withdrawal of our troops from Afghanistan and Iraq. As Commander-in-Chief, it is my responsibility to protect the protectors, the men and women of the armed forces. Valiantly. Now it is time to bring them home. So on this Veterans Day, let us give thanks to all those men and women who have fought to ensure our freedom. May God bless them and their families. May God bless the United States of America.
We are still waiting for confirmation, but it appears that a shot or some shots were fired. Secret Service has mobilized and is taking her to safety.
It's coming down.
Congress is convened in Washington. The White House has appointed Colonel Amos to head the Sheridan investigation. The NSA has asked Congress to extend the foreign intelligence surveillance. Congress to extend foreign intelligence surveillance.
Upcoming elections will be historic in scope and
Pronto, find it!
get somebody up there.
Send units there and there.
Joe! What happened?
The op went bad.
I can see that. How?
We had a 1-hour window once the call came in. I placed snipers on sight, birds in the sky. Satellite surveillance indicated it was a manageable distance. But as our guy approached on the water, it all went south. C4 charges blew the wheelhouse and created cover smoke. We lost sight of our agent. Before we could respond, they opened fire. There. 4 units, each would hit. They knew exactly where we'd be positioned.
Sounds like they knew our protocol. Gotta be a former agent.
Or current. The preliminary ballistics report.
These guys didn't shop the gun department at Walmart.
Government issue.
Amos is presenting to the president at 9. Give a description for the Coast Guard.
Sir, I think it's too late. By now they've swapped vessels or gone ashore.
I didn't mean a description of the boat. I meant a description of our man. We need to identify the body.
I think if they wanted him dead, they would have killed him right here. We have to assume that he's still alive.
Go on.
Fine.
We want action! We want action! We want action!
After our preliminary examination, we ran a full sweep of the area. We were able to trace the line of fire back to this office building. The shooter's perch was wiped clean. No prints, no hair, no fibers, nothing. Power to the building was cut, security cameras were disabled. The shooter walked into the building using a hacked security card. His exit, however, did not go quite as smoothly. As you know, there were 2 security guards in the parking garage. They engaged the shooter, and between the 2 guards, 14 rounds were fired. We only recovered 12 slugs. That means that the shooter was probably hit twice. However, a lack of blood evidence also suggests that the scene was sanitized.
So who did the mop-up?
We don't know. It doesn't appear that the shooter had any accomplices in the parking garage, but he did kill 2 guards and managed to escape. Tire treads indicate that he exited by the south side of the building. We also found glass fragments spread throughout the scene. Forensics was able to match those fragments to a GM vehicle manufactured between 1996 and 2002. Now, my investigation has identified every traffic and security camera in a 5-mile radius of the office building. I issued a blanket seizure warrant, and I have had agents working around the clock analyzing every frame of that footage. This came from an ATM security camera 3 miles away from the office building. Now, the drive was corrupt, so it was forwarded to digital forensics. It took a little bit of time, but they were able to recover some of the data. This is a Chevy Impala, GM built. You will notice that there is no glare on the windshield. That's because the glass is spiderwebbed, which is consistent with bullet strikes. Also, there's no glass in the driver's window. Gentlemen, I believe we are looking at the first image of our shooter.
Do we have an ID?
Not yet.
Colonel Amos, are you telling me you've had all this time to investigate and this is all we've got to go on? Some grainy video, a blurred photo of what could be our shooter?
Mr. President, with all due respect, you are failing to see the significance of our findings. You're fixated on the evidence, while it's the lack of evidence that is most telling here.
I don't follow.
Our shooter got through our security perimeter. He hacked into the city power grid. He disabled security cameras for an entire city block, and he killed the President of the United States with a single shot fired from over a mile away, and he did not leave a single shred of evidence. This is a highly skilled, highly trained professional. Special ops, perhaps. This is the type of man that is employed by a foreign government or a paramilitary organization. This is not Oswald or Hinckley. This is political.
Colonel, it's always political.
His pockets were empty. No wallet, no ID. His watch stopped at 4:15, probably about the time his plane crashed.
See, his parachute got caught in a tree.
He must have bailed over the forest. That terrain, there's nowhere to touch down.
Well, there are puncture wounds. Probably from the branches, but This one here had a bullet inside it.
He was shot.
Yeah. Twice. The other one grazed his temple here, see? His head was bleeding pretty badly. I'm gonna have to butterfly it.
Clean him up. I'll take him to the hospital.
No, Abe. I've seen what they do to people like him. No ID, no insurance. He'd be lucky to end up in a cot in a hallway.
Martha, he needs a doctor.
I am a doctor.
No, you were one.
They can't take care of him the way I can.
Okay, Martha, okay.
Oh, wait. Look at this.
13.
What do you think it means?
Could explain his luck.
Colonel Amos, we have to find the killer now. Mr. Wax?
Just came off USNN this morning. They've been running it all day.
Governor Sheridan, after taking over the GOP nomination from Dean Barber, your campaign has made incredible inroads, carving out a 6-point lead in the latest polls.
Well, I think the country has been forced to reevaluate its leadership. I mean, in the months since my sister's death, we have seen an unprecedented surge in terrorist attacks on American soil. The bombing of an electrical grid in New Hampshire that disrupted power across 4 states. The tragic Syrian gas attack on Chicago's subways. Meanwhile, President Galbraith and his administration have made no progress in their investigation into the assassination. My sister was a great leader. She served her country. She deserves more. The American people deserve more. They deserve security. And that's why I'm running for this presidency, to take up my sister's legacy. Because whether you are a Republican, or whether you're a Democrat, this election comes down to one key issue. Who do you trust to keep you safe?
So, in your opinion, the current administration is...
He should be ashamed. Invoking Sally's name, capitalizing on her death. Terrible.
Yes, but it's working. And if we don't counter, Sheridan's gonna slaughter us at the polls.
Sheridan lost his sister. Do you think hitting him with attack ads is going to make us look good?
No, but it could hurt him. Raise doubts. Get the public talking about something other than the attacks and the assassination.
Gentlemen, I want to make myself very clear. Sally Sheridan was more than just the president. She was a friend. If I lose this election, I will not lose it on account of doing nothing. I will not be remembered as the president who let the killer slip through his fingers. Now, Colonel, what's it going to take?
Access, support, resources. I need your administration to stay out of my way. This runs deep. I need a big shovel.
Okay. Whatever it takes. Just bring me the shooter.
checked the news. There's no reports of any planes crashing in the area.
Well, it hasn't been that long. We should wait until tomorrow. Maybe something will turn up.
You can't stay here.
Why not?
You know that bullet you fished out of him? It's Teflon coated, meaning it's designed to pierce body armor. It wasn't a hunting accident, Martha. He fell from the sky with 2 bullets in him. He's dangerous.
Well, he's no threat to us, Abe. I mean, he can barely move. You saw him.
I also saw his tattoo. It's either a gang sign or a prison tattoo. For all we know, he might have killed somebody already.
Well, I just think we should let him wake up and explain himself, that's all.
Why won't you let me call the police? What is it you're afraid of?
Nothing.
You're afraid they're gonna take him away.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
He's not a replacement.
I know that.
Then why are you getting involved? I'm sorry, Martha.
Do you hear that?
Hey, hold on! Hey! Hey, where are you going? Who are you?
Here. Drink this.
Wait a minute. Where am I?
You're in Beaumont, West Virginia. I'm Martha. This is my husband, Abe.
You bailed out of the plane over the woods. Do you remember anything?
Oh, think, son, you must remember something.
I don't remember anything.
Amnesia?
No. That kind of trauma to the head, combined with the blood loss from the shoulder wound, it could cause memory loss, yeah.
There was a computer upstairs. Is it working? You don't have internet?
Well, we haven't had this thing on for more than a year. They must have disconnected it.
Do you know if they took the modem?
What?
Got it. Internet techs are notoriously lazy. Looks like they just blocked your hardware ID from accessing the network. Yeah. Let's see if that does it.
You can't even remember your own name. How did you manage to do that?
I have no idea.
Site of this morning's bombing in Nevada. So far, at least 8 people have been confirmed dead, with dozens more believed to be trapped inside. President Galbraith is currently en route to Las Vegas, where he is scheduled to deliver a live address this evening. Meanwhile, Republican nominee Wally Sheridan, speaking from a campaign stop in Cincinnati, Ohio, had this reaction.
His enemy strikes weakens us in the eyes of the world and strengthens the resolve of those who hate us. This country has fallen prey to a small group of foreign extremists who are holding us hostage through violence and fear. We can't give in to that fear.
Where you been?
Oh, I had to attend to a few things.
You smell like smoke.
I don't know whether you're right about this man, but whoever he is, there are people who want him dead. And we'd better make sure they don't find him. Any luck?
No.
Well, maybe this can provide some answers. I found it inside your watch. Looks like some kind of memory card.
Watch, why would I have this?
I've seen what you're capable of. The things you're capable of.
What do you mean?
We took a bullet out of your shoulder and stitched up your head. You must have lost about 3 pints, but when I came up on you, you took me down faster than I could blink. Now just listen. I've served in the Corps. Did a couple of tours in Nam. I know how to handle myself. But you're a different breed. Now you want to find out who you are, and I can't help you with that, but I can tell you what you are.
What am I then?
You're the kind of person who bails out of a plane all shot up. The kind of person who can take a couple of bullets and still put up a fight. The kind of person who hides something like that in the back of their watch. I just pray to God that you're on the right side.
Sir, just got a hit within our search parameter. Holding the server for an IP.
Forward me the address when it comes in.
Yes, sir.
I think we've acquired our target. Stand by for location. And if this is him, make sure he's debriefed before he's canceled. I want to know who he's talked to.
Come in. Thank you for the clothing. I appreciate it.
Well, someone may as well use them. The night we got the call, I knew the minute that phone rang. Losing a child, it's not something you just get over. It stays with you. Forever.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, dear.
I'm gonna be leaving tomorrow.
But you don't even know where you're going.
I know. But it's time. I gotta find out who I am.
I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Would you like one?
Sure. That'd be nice.
Martha?
Martha. Martha.
More coming. Go.
I'm not leaving you.
Hey! Who's out there? Answer me, damn it!
Shooter is collateral. Take him out.
Abe.
Shoot to kill.
We're supposed to take him alive.
No, he's not coming out of there alive. I think he's made that clear. Give me the phone. Clean the place up. Torch it.
Is it done?
We lost him.
Lost him? How?
He fought back.
That's unacceptable.
Well, if you'd waited for me, he'd be dead now. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
You understand something? This will be done my way. Now find him.
I believe that there's a connection between the assassination and the tunnel bomb.
How so?
The McCarran Airport Tunnel is the third attack since the assassination. Now, in the days leading up to all these strikes, there hasn't been any of the typical chatter. Now, a handful of fringe cells have claimed responsibility, but nothing that's credible. None of the big players have taken credit, and that concerns me.
So what are you thinking?
To kill the President of the United States is the ultimate endgame for these people, yet none of them are coming forward. Also, they are smart enough to understand that it is better for them to have a dove like Sally Sheridan in the White House than a hawk like her brother Wally. Why would they open the door for a hardliner to win the presidency?
Are you suggesting this is domestic?
The assassination happened a few months before the primaries. Now we are in the thick of an election, and American people are being targeted on American soil. Whoever took out Sally Sheridan is trying to influence the vote, get their guy in office. You saw the photo. The shooter was not foreign.
I suggest you follow your instinct. But tread carefully. If we start pointing fingers at Americans and we're wrong, God help us.
I know I'm late, sorry. Hey, would you mind?
Yeah, sure.
Life in the city, huh?
Yes.
You're not from around here? Oh, gee.
Sam. What? Can we change the locks and I'll just disappear?
That's the idea.
We need to talk.
We're done talking.
I don't think so.
Hey, you said you didn't want to talk.
Get lost. Look, just give me 5 minutes.
Forget it. You got caught with your hand in the cookie jar. We are through.
She's gone, Sam. It's over. Okay? Hey, I mean it this time.
Let go of the door, please.
No! Not until you hear what I have to say.
She said she already heard.
Is you still here? Because I think I told you to get lost. My arm!
See a doctor. It's probably gonna swell.
Screw you.
Sorry.
Don't be. You just made my day. Come on. Whatever you need, it's on the house. Name is Sam.
Hey, Sam. Nice to meet you.
You gonna tell me your name? It's not a trick question.
No, I know.
Wow. You've got the darky, mysterious thing down pat.
Hey, actually, I don't know my name. I don't even know who I am. Up until about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I can't remember anything.
Like amnesia? That's a good one.
I know it sounds crazy, but
No, it doesn't sound crazy. It sounds like you're full of it. How did it happen?
I don't remember. Some kind of head injury, I think.
No memories at all?
Not a thing.
If you could borrow that, I'd buy some. God knows there's a lot of crap in my life I'd love to forget. So, tell me, man with no name, how can I help you?
I got this picture here.
Nice shot of you. You want me to crop out the chick?
No, I need to find this woman. I noticed that it was printed here. I was hoping I could get the customer's name.
I'm really not supposed to give out customer information. I can get sued.
Please. It's the only lead I have at finding some of these answers. I would really appreciate it.
Let me see it again.
You gotta see this. Remains of the McCarran Airport tunnel bomber.
Guessing an ID is out?
No prints, no teeth. We're waiting on DNA results. They'd find something interesting, though. Lower neck, below the clavicle.
I don't see anything. Want photographs, full chem workups, and the DNA results the second you get them.
BF5 645. I should still have it on file. Here we go. Customer's name is Kim Rowland.
Kim Rowland.
Girlfriend, wife, ex. Name doesn't ring a bell?
Kim Rowland.
2864 East 18th Street. Apartment 4B.
4B.
Sound familiar? Hey, you got a tab. That's cool. What does it mean?
You tell me.
I don't know. Well, add another 10 when you get a chance. 13 is bad luck. Coffee machine is the right timer. If I don't get my fix before 9 o'clock, I'm a psychotic witch. Can I get you a cup?
Sure.
How do you take it? Right. I surprise you. Whoa, slow down there, cowboy. It's security encrypted. One more wrong password and your file is toast.
I know.
It's pretty important, huh?
When they rescued me, they found it on me. I gotta know what's on it.
Look, I have a friend named Surinder. He's pretty good at this kind of stuff. He hacked into the city database and erased all my parking tickets. I can have him take a look if you want.
Give it to someone else.
You help me. I want to help you.
Amos thinks the assassination is a domestic plot.
Was he able to make an ID?
No. He's on the right track. Keep an eye on him.
Of course.
What's this?
Trouble.
Arson report.
Got flagged to Langley. Elderly couple were found burned in their home. Mountain cabin in West Virginia. 200 miles from where we lost contact.
You think that's related?
Well, right before the place burned down, someone there tried to access our chip. And this morning, a second attempt was made. We traced to an IP in New York City. It's 13.
No. If he's out there, he would have made contact by now.
Well, maybe he can't. Maybe that's why he initiated the tracking program, to draw us to him.
I'll contact the old man. You're going to New York City. If 13's out there, we gotta bring him in. Before someone else does.
We have target on site. Verification has been made.
Keep rolling.
Steve Rowland. Where the Indian goes.
Why you after me, huh?
Secret Service. This isn't real.
Check again.
Why me? Huh? Why me? Huh?
You thought they'd leave you out there after what you did? You're a liability.
To who?
Come on, man. I don't know who they are. I just take their orders, just like you did. Who am I? You don't know?
What is my name?
Steve Rowland.
You keep talking. Keep talking.
They want you dead.
Tell me who you're working for. Tell me the names of the people you're working for. Hey! Hey!
He's heading north on the avenue.
What am I looking at?
This is the McCarran Airport Tunnel bomber, at least what's left of him. The second photograph is a close-up of his left shoulder. An alternate light source scan revealed a mark burned into the flesh.
It's another tattoo, number 15.
I understand, Colonel. How is this relevant?
If you bear with me for just a minute. I looked into the autopsy of the two security guards, the men who were killed when they engaged Sally Sheridan's assassin. At the time, the coroner noted that both men had chemical burns right above the left collarbone. That's the same place we found a tattoo on the bomber.
So you think the others had tattoos as well?
Yes, sir. And this also supports my theory that the recent terrorist attacks and the assassination are linked. Take a look at this.
Another one. V-I-I-I. 8.
Actually, sir, you'll notice the serif at the top of the numbers, but not the bottom. Assuming horizontal symmetry, XIII.
13.
Whoever is responsible for the recent attacks also ordered the assassination. They placed the two guards at the scene with the intention of taking out the shooter.
Why would they try to take out their own accomplice?
Because if the shooter escaped or worse was captured, he could implicate the others. They wanted to deliver us a trigger man. They wanted the trail to end with a dead body.
And the bomber?
Have you been able to identify him?
No, we're still waiting on the DNA results. But these photographs prove my theory is correct, that the shooter is part of a larger network. A network that contains at least 15 conspirators. These tattoos are not just body art, they're a type of code systems that the players can identify each other without using names.
Have you shared this information with anyone else?
Not yet, sir. I would like to release a sketch of the shooter along with the information about the tattoos in the hopes that it might identify the conspirators.
I think that's a mistake. I mean, unless we have some concrete evidence to link these men, I think the new information plus any other findings should be kept completely confidential.
I believe it's important to release the information.
Mr. Wax is right. We need hard evidence, Colonel, not conjecture and conspiracy theories. Releasing this information to the public will only set us up for more criticism if we don't deliver the shooter. Now, I don't have to remind you that the American public go to the polls next week. If this administration is to survive, we need to give the people what they want. Justice. Is that understood?
Yes, Mr. President.
General Carrington.
Walk with me.
I placed a unit at every subway station and bus stop within a 5-mile radius. Nothing yet.
He's probably gone underground. No way he'd show his face in public.
Doesn't make sense. He saw me. I looked into his eyes and he ran.
No, after what happened at the drop, you think he still trusts us? I know this is painful for you, Lauren, but if you wanted to make contact, he'd have done it by now.
No, it's something else. Has to be.
Keep me posted.
Yes, sir.
Everybody get your hands up in the air. Get your hands up in the air. This is a stick up, get your hands up in the air.
Why do you have so much money here, Steve?
He's down. Doesn't even feel anymore. You've seen this. They eat one. They stomach. The head hurts.
Good. You're awake. We can begin.
Julius Caesar was once asked which death is preferable to every other. His answer: the unexpected. Unfortunately for you, your death today will be anything but. But the human body can surprise you. A man can lose 40% of his blood before he goes into organ failure. In fact, he won't even know he's dying because of the reduced level of consciousness, which is why, my friend, God invented pain. Pain serves as a warning, lets you know there's something not right. We're gonna get acquainted, you and me. Just you wait. I can make 3 minutes feel like an eternity.
You caused me a whole lot of trouble. After what happened, I thought you'd disappear, but it takes money to be invisible, doesn't it? Lucky number 13.
That's not my name.
Sorry. Mr. Rowland. You should have died that night. It made things a whole lot better for both of us. It's tough, living the life of a ghost, isn't it?
How would you know?
I'm a ghost, too. There's only 2 ways for this to end. One is quick and easy, the other is slow and painful. Either way, we're gonna get what we want, so the choice is yours.
Okay. What do you want?
Tell us who you've spoken to.
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask again. Tell me who you've spoken to.
Look, man, I don't even know who you are.
You did did your job, now I'm doing mine. Number one doesn't like loose ends. Come on, you always knew this was bigger than us. Sacrifice the pawn for the king. Now tell me who you've spoken to.
I told you, I don't remember.
I'll leave you with Mr. Cody. Maybe you can jog your memory.
Morphine. Enough of it to kill a man. That's the one you'll be begging for. Tell me what I need to hear, maybe I'll oblige you. The second one is adrenaline, in case you pass out from the pain. Friend, I have enough to keep you conscious for days. Any questions?
He'll talk.
You better talk. Otherwise, we will have to consider this operation compromised.
He'll talk. Trust me, my man can be quite persuasive.
Alone at last. We'll start with your eyelids. That way you won't miss a thing.
Stop the truck.
Hey, you okay?
Can I help you? Nice lamination.
Agent Lauren Jones, Central Intelligence Agency.
If you want me to hand over customer photos, I need to see a warrant.
That's not why I'm here. We traced some suspicious internet activity to your IP address. It appears someone used one of your computers to compromise national security.
Get out, that is so cool.
Ma'am, this is serious.
Look, we have 4 self-service computers. Customers are on them all day, checking emails, surfing the web, hacking into the NSA.
CIA.
Right. I don't monitor usage.
You don't remember who used those computers this morning? Would have been just after opening, around 9:15.
I really don't know. We were swamped this morning.
You don't remember a man. Caucasian, medium height, buzz cut. Handsome.
And so I will remember. Sorry.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Hey! Oh. What's the matter? Was it the wrong address?
I went to Kim's apartment. She wasn't there. I gotta get going. I just came for the chip that I left with you.
The chip. My friend took a look at it and freaked. Said they wouldn't touch it.
Why?
It's shadow encrypted. National security stuff. He said if he tried to open it, the government would trace it back to him. First, I thought he was messing with me, but then, like, an hour later, this lady shows up at the shop. Black chick. Says she's CIA.
What did she want?
She said someone tried to access some government files from one of my computers. They traced it back to the shop.
I'm sorry, Sam. I'm sorry for getting you involved in this.
In what?
I don't know. But I'm not about to drag you into it. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I have something to show you. The tattoo in your chest, 13. I looked it up online. The design dates back to ancient Rome. Some generals in the South Asian colonies tried to stage a coup. All of the conspirators were branded with tattoos, number on their body, so they know who's loyal to the cause. It was a secret society with a hierarchy. The foot soldiers were the higher numbers. The architects of the coup were the lower ones, right down to number 1, the man in charge.
Number 1 doesn't like loose ends.
America is under attack.
Because of your bravery.
You have to live in fear.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
I meant what I said earlier. I want to help.
I keep seeing these things.
What things?
These images. I don't know if they're real, if they're dreams.
Maybe it's your memory coming back.
Maybe. We need to get out of here.
You can stay here.
I really should get going.
I have something else for you. Come.
What are those?
I pulled the knife from the picture you brought me. Had the rest of it all developed. Thought there might be something that could jog your memory.
Where the Indian goes.
What?
Kim had this photograph in her apartment. On the back, it said where the Indian goes. Could be a vacation home or something.
Killarney Valley, that's upstate.
House number 16.
Do you think she's there?
I don't know. But I gotta find out. Thank you. I won't forget it.
With your track record, I wouldn't go make any promises.
Amos is still in the field. He's not returning our calls.
Ducking us.
Sure he knows you're upset.
That doesn't begin to describe it.
He's done enough damage already. We need to take him out of play.
We can't. Everybody knows he's heading up this investigation. If we pull him right now, it'll look like we made a mistake. And we can't afford to make mistakes right now.
Sir, an assault case was opened at Precinct 12 in Manhattan yesterday. Complainant Roger Deakins alleged that a man with a Roman numeral 13 tattoo broke his arm. Suspect description matches our guy.
Give me transport to notify the New York field office. I want on all points throughout the state. No way our guy gets off that island.
You got it.
This lead is a pivotal development in our investigation into the assassination of President Sheridan. By releasing this digitally enhanced photo to the public, we're confident that the suspect will soon be apprehended. And rest assured that when this man, 13, is found, he will have to answer for his cowardly act. I'll take your questions now. Mr. President. Helen.
Give me a dog, please.
Sorry, man.
Some pickles.
Kim Rowland?
What happened to you? Come in. Come inside.
Shot.
Will you tell me what the hell is going on? It's been over 10 hours. You can't just... I want a lawyer.
A lawyer?
Yeah, I'm entitled to one.
No, you're not. You can thank the Patriot Act for that.
Patriot Act? What the hell is going on here? I didn't do anything.
Good. If you're telling the truth, then you won't be detained for very much longer. Tell me about your friend with the tattoo.
I met him yesterday. What do you want to know?
I want to know where he is.
Why? What did he do?
Now would you like to cooperate with me?
I don't believe he did it.
You said you just met him. That didn't give you much time to become an expert on the man.
I look at him in the eyes. He is not the killer.
Really? 30 seconds after he met you, he broke your boyfriend's arm.
The ex-boyfriend, and he was in bastard.
Listen to me very carefully. You seem like a smart enough girl, but you have no idea what you got yourself into. This man killed President Sheridan. And if he gets away because you did not cooperate with me, your life is officially over. Do you understand what that means?
You're going to kill me.
You're going to wish that I had. You will spend 30 years mandatory in a 5-foot by 6-foot rat hole. No visitors. No parole. All of your friends will be investigated and audited. Then they will be put on a watch list. It is hard to have a normal life after that. And your loving mother, who you send checks to every month, like a good little girl. You can forget managed care. I will personally make sure that she is turned out onto the street, where she will starve, afraid and alone. Now, where is he?
Easy, son. Don't struggle. Just listen. You were on assignment. Undercover. We lost contact. Why?
How do I know I can trust you?
I'm the one with the gun. The way I see it, trust doesn't really enter into it right now.
Something happened. I was shot. I don't remember anything.
You remembered how to survive.
It's called instincts. That's all I have.
All right. Let's go back to the beginning. My name is Ben Carrington. I'm Deputy Director of the National Security Agency. This is my daughter, Kim. She was married to Steve Rowland, the man you think you might be.
You saying I'm not Steve Rowland?
You were just assuming his identity.
What?
A year ago, Steve was stationed in Iraq. There was an incident, an IED. They believed the bombers were hiding in a little village called Haditha. Steve's unit was sent in. By the time it was all over, 5 villagers were dead, 2 of them children. A military tribunal ruled that Steve was responsible. He was dishonorably discharged.
Steve was a different person when he came home.
It's not just the U.S., it's the entire Western world. The very ideas of our freedom and democracy are under attack. The government's doing nothing about it. What? What are you looking at?
Steve was my husband. We were married for 6 years, and suddenly I didn't know him anymore. I tried to stick with him, but it was too hard. Finally, he realized that I was gonna leave, and he panicked, and he opened up and told me everything that had happened. He said that when he was in Iraq, he was recruited for a special operation, a wet works job. Only the target was here, in the U.S. The people who recruited Steve arranged for his dishonorable discharge to get him stateside. The whole thing was staged.
Who recruited him?
He never said. But he always got his instructions from an undercover field agent who went by the code name the Mongoose. Steve became obsessed.
Kim came to me for help, so I decided to look into Steve's assignment. Well, there was no assignment. None of the agencies had any record of it.
Well, Steve Rowland didn't work for the government. Sounds like the government was his target.
That's right. But we had to know who was employing him. So I asked Kim to dig deeper.
I stopped retreating from Steve. I tried to get into his head, waited for the perfect time, and then I asked him to bring me in on the operation.
No, you can't compromise the mission. Kim is loyal to the cause. She can be useful to us.
I gave them fabricated NSA documents, things I said I'd got from my father. That got me into a meeting. And then finally they brought me into the fold. I never did get the details of the operation. I mean, it was clear they just brought me in to placate Steve. He was their shooter. He just wanted to keep him happy.
So you never found out about the target?
I knew that it was someone big, but I never imagined.
That it was the president.
I managed to escape, but Steve, he wasn't so lucky.
We soon realized that the assassination was just part of a bigger plot from within the government to overthrow the current administration. A coup. This is one hell of an effective group of fascists. People in government and from the highest echelons of corporate America.
How many people are we talking about?
We don't know. But I was tattooed with the number 17, so we can assume there are at least that many.
I don't understand. Why would Steve agree to this?
Because they got to him. They filled his head with their so-called ideology. Then they ordered him to shoot the president, and then when they were done with him, they just...
Shot him. Killed him.
Yeah. But the men who recruited Steve, they think he survived.
But still they wanted him dead. So we decided to put an undercover agent into the field, posing as Steve, to flush out the conspirators.
You were enlisted for the job, and plastic surgery made you identical to Steve Rowland himself.
So if Steve Rowland's dead, then who am I?
Only the man who enlisted you knows for sure. And also what you looked like before you became Steve Rowland.
All we know is that you were a former special ops agent.
I don't buy it. I want a name. I want the truth.
I'm telling you everything I know. By the time you got to us, you had already assumed Rowland's identity. It's a lot to process, but it's the truth. This is Agent Lauren Jones, CIA.
I've seen her before. You were at the apartment.
That's the only memory you have of me?
I knew you before.
Yeah.
I was your field contact for the operation. I also oversaw your training along with General Carrington.
My field contact.
Kim briefed you so you could assume your role as Steve Rowland, taught you how to play the part.
When you were ready, we had you resume contact with the conspirators by asking for more money to buy your silence.
You set up a drop at the Mongoose, down at the Baltimore waterfront. That's where we were supposed to strike, but as the Mongoose and his men approached the Zodiac, something happened.
Where's the cash?
They were ready for us. Someone tipped them off. That's where we lost you.
All right, listen to me. A few days ago, I fell from the sky with a bullet in my shoulder, and my head sliced open. Since then, I've been shot at, beaten, and hunted like an animal. 2 people that were trying to save me were killed. Now you come in here and you dump all this on me and you expect me to accept it? How do I know you're not lying to me?
The SD card. You still have it?
I got it in my pocket. You want to cut these off?
Slowly.
What's the password?
Cuttlefish. No, with 2 Ds. It was your nickname for me,
I had a nickname for you?
apparently.
Seesaw, Marjorie, dog. What does all this mean?
Nothing. The data is irrelevant. The card itself is encrypted with a tracking program. The second someone enters a password attempt, it sends us a location.
That's how we tracked you to the photo shop in New York.
It was supposed to be our failsafe. We figured if you were captured, they would search you and find the card. When they tried to crack the password, it would initiate the program and lead us right to them.
But it seems we overestimated them just as we underestimated you. Before they could find the card, you managed to escape.
That's just fascinating. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell me who the hell I am.
As far as the world is concerned, you're still Steve Rowland.
The man who killed the president, right?
That's right.
Why would you do this to me?
You volunteered to help protect your country. That's the kind of man you were. That's the kind of man you are.
Welcome to Town Hall, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, where tonight we will see the third and final debate of this year's presidential elections. My first question will be directed to Republican candidate Wally Sheridan, who will have 3 minutes to respond. Incumbent Democratic candidate Joseph Galbraith will then be allowed a 1-minute rebuttal. Gentlemen, let's begin.
So you're just gonna dangle me out there again? Is that the plan?
As long as Steve Rowland appears to be alive, the conspirators are vulnerable. They'll keep looking for you.
You've got to maintain your cover. Help us find who did this.
So it needs to be done.
I'm sorry
For what?
for your loss.
The real Steve Rowland, the man that I loved, he died in Iraq. The man who came home was just someone else. I lost my husband a long time ago. But you, God, you sacrificed so much. You've sacrificed your whole self.
Get down now!
Missed him.
Carrington! She's hit! I'm taking your piece. Go! Cover the front and back!
Got it!
Okay, honey. Just breathe. Just
Breathe. Save your strength. No. No.
This is Colonel Amos. Put down your weapon, get down on your knee, put your hands on your head.
Promise me you won't let my daughter die in vain. No. Maintain your cover. Complete your mission. Only you can draw them out. Only you can find out who did this. As far as the world's concerned, you are Steve Rowan.
Move.
Nobody move! You! Come down!
Stand down, they're friendlies. What are you doing here, General Carrington?
What?
What are you doing here?
My daughter, I'm sorry. My daughter called. She needed my help. Agent Jones and I got here as soon as we could.
What did he want with her?
My guess is they used her as bait to get to me.
And he killed her?
No. The bullet came from outside. Someone doesn't want that man talking.
We lost the target. Colonel Amos is taking him into custody.
You do whatever you need to do, and you just make sure that 13 is killed before he opens his mouth.
I only see it my way.
I take issue with that. My sister, more than anyone, knew that freedom is a privilege as much as it is a right. I'm not asking Americans to give up their civil liberties. I am asking them to elect a strong leader so that those freedoms can be preserved. We need to defend ourselves and defend ourselves vigorously. There's no margin for error here. Because the next attack may be the one that brings this country to its knees. President Galbrain's soft foreign policy and myopic worldview have made this country vulnerable to terrorism.
I have an urgent message for the president.
If elected, I will do what this administration has failed to do. I will shore up our borders, increase our military presence in the Middle East and Asia, and put pressure on countries that harbor extreme terrorist groups. I will make this country safe again, and that's a promise.
President Galbrain, you have 60 seconds. President Galbrain, your rebuttal, please.
I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, my staff has just informed me that we have apprehended 13. The suspect we believe assassinated President Sally Sheridan.
Yes.
No matter what you hear, the schedule remains the same.
I understand.
We're ready to begin.
Listen to me. I was shot, okay? I don't know who I am. I don't remember. Believe me.
Put that in his mouth.
You're not listening to me. I'm telling you the truth. Hey! Hey, what the hell is that?
Electroacupuncture. The current targets the nerve endings and produces a regional anesthesia, relieves pain. Of course, if administered improperly, it produces quite the opposite result.
You're not listening to me.
Everyone has a breaking point, Mr. Rowland.
I'm not Mr. Rowland.
We're gonna find yours.
I'm not Steve Rowland.
Proceed, Doctor.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
The president is down.
You shot and killed the President of the United States. Why? On whose behalf? Take a look around. I want you to take all this in because this is real. One day you are going to answer to a higher power. Until then, it is me. Answer my question. I can end this for you. Answer my question! Increase the voltage.
Maintain your cover. Only you can find out who did this. As far as the world's concerned, you are Steve Rowland.
I didn't tell you to stop.
Look at him. He can't take anymore. His heart is going to cease.
Call me when he's lucid, then.
What do you mean you need more time?
He hasn't given us anything yet.
You're the one who leaked the photograph. You made us go public. Now, I staked my campaign on this. Is he the shooter or not?
He is, I'm certain of it, and he will confess. We just need a little more time.
There's too much at stake, sir. We need to bring him in right now.
Mr. Wax is right. The polls open in 3 days. I don't deliver the man who assassinated President Sheridan. This administration is done.
Mr. President, with all due respect, turning him in prematurely would be a huge mistake. Once we charge him, he has rights. That means he doesn't have to talk. Let me remind you, other than the ATM footage, we have no evidence linking Rowland to the assassination. What we do have is a very small window of opportunity to extract a confession.
By what means?
By any means necessary.
You know I can't sanction those methods.
I'm not asking you to. As far as I'm concerned, we never had this conversation. Sir, the tip that led us to Rowland came off a civilian. I extracted that information myself and we acted immediately, yet someone beat us to the location and tried to take out our suspect. The person behind the intel has to have access to our investigation, and that has to come from high up.
Colonel Amos, are you suggesting that this is someone within this administration?
That is the only way they could have acted so quickly.
Who?
I don't know, but the shooter does. That's why they wanted him dead. And that's why it's imperative that we aggressively debrief him on the shooting and everything else.
Sir, if something were to happen, if it were to get out that this administration authorized the violation of his civil rights, or if the information that he provides is not credible, the political fallout would be disastrous.
This is not about public relations, Mr. Wax. It's about national security.
This man killed Sally Sheridan. Now I'm not about to cave because it may jeopardize my campaign. All right, Colonel. You have 4 hours.
Round 2 is psychochemical persuasion. The drugs will flood your cerebral cortex and the pressure will build in your brain until it literally feels like it's going to explode. I am going to get inside that head, one way or the other, Mr. Rowland. The choice is yours.
I told you. I don't know anything.
I think you know too much. That's why they wanted you dead. At the barn, before we apprehended you, someone tried to take you out. They didn't want you to talk. What is it that they're afraid you're gonna tell us?
I don't know.
Fine.
Now, what did you tell them?
What did they do?
What? Were they afraid?
Tell me.
It's okay. I can protect you. You don't have to be afraid. Just tell me what I want to know.
Take him away.
Thank you, gentlemen. You're dismissed. It's good to see you again, 13.
How do you know me?
How quickly we forget the little people.
Excuse me, Colonel. I have something you need to see. Notice the microfracture along the left parietal bone? Consistent with a gunshot wound. This kind of head trauma can have a significant effect on brain function.
Amnesia?
It's hard to say, but it could support his claim of memory loss. There's more. See these protrusions along the cheekbones? They're implants. The jawline has also been reset. This man has had major facial reconstruction. We ran his DNA sample through the USAF database. It returned a hit.
Who is he?
We don't know. The file has been classified.
Are you familiar with trizethirol? Kevorkian special.
You know they're gonna find me, right?
Doesn't matter. Unlike you, I'm prepared to die for the cause. You're a coward. You chose to save yourself instead of saving your country. But I'm gonna give you a chance to die with some dignity. Who did you talk to?
No one.
You went back to Kim. General Carrington was at the barn when we found you. What did you tell him?
I said
I'm on my way to my daughter's funeral, Colonel. This is not a good time.
I'm sorry, General, but this is about the shooter. We found evidence of reconstructive surgery.
Reconstructive surgery? I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We ran a DNA sample and got a match at the USAF databases, only the file has been classified.
I'm sorry, Colonel, but this is all coming as quite a surprise.
No, I find that hard to believe considering you were the one who had the file classified. You were at the barn when we got there. Somehow you knew the shooter was going to be there. I demand to know how.
Colonel, we have a breach.
Lock it down now. Suspect is on the move, 3rd floor, lethal force if necessary. There, she's moving. Where is he?
Don't move!
What's he doing? Where is he? There, suspect is moving to the roof.
On your knees now! Don't move! Put up your hands! Do it! Take him down.
Right position, ready for extraction.
You had him in a secure lockup. How the hell did you lose him?
He had help, sir. On the inside.
Whoever it was had to have level 6 clearance to have access to the building.
All this time, you've been suggesting that there's a mole in my administration. Well, perhaps it's your house that needs cleaning, Colonel.
Not my house, Mr. President. The NSA.
It appears that there is a breach in the agency, and I think that I've identified the source.
The deputy director.
General Carrington.
I've known Ben Carrington for over 20 years. He's a friend. Now, if you're gonna level that kind of accusation at him, you had better have some hard evidence to back it up.
I am in the process of gathering information, and I will have it for you shortly.
Information isn't what we need, Colonel. What we need here is the shooter.
We'll find him.
You better. The poll's open in 72 hours. Now, if word gets out that we lost the suspect, I'm officially out of a job. And so are you.
Sir, Dr. Kimmler would like to see you.
I'm in the middle of a manhunt here, Doctor. What's the emergency?
One of our agents was poisoned with trizithrol, but I thought you'd want to see this right away.
This is where we set you up? Come go as you please, no one ask any questions. You like to keep a few things in here in case they hit the fan.
A few things, huh?
Billionaire industrialist Jasper Winthrow appeared before Congress today. The president of telecommunications giant RMP Telecom is the latest high-profile executive to publicly endorse the Telecommunications Security Act. That's the controversial bill that would allow federal law enforcement to access Americans' phone records and email accounts without obtaining warrants.
I believe that the telecommunication industry has an obligation to protect the privacy of its customers.
Big Brother has officially arrived.
Can't trust the government, that's for sure.
Did Amos go hard on you? Sorry, I have to ask. Did you tell them anything?
He gave me these drugs. It made me feel a certain way. And seeing things.
What kind of things?
These visions.
less scattered. I don't think they're dreams. They're memories.
What do you remember?
A lot of glass on the floor. So what did you tell them? It's like an old factory or someplace. They took me there to question me. What did you tell them? What do they know? A lot of men in suits.
What about the faces? Did you see the faces?
I saw people. I can't put a face to anyone. Except for mongoose. When you've done it. When you've done it.
I think you should get some sleep.
Maybe you're right.
I'll be in the next room if you need anything.
Hey, Joseph. I'm sorry
For what?
for not remembering you. Thank you.
Sleep sweet.
Because of your bravery, we don't have to live. Dear God, my headlights.
Mr. President. Have you been here all night?
The polls open in 2 days, Calvin. Then it's all over.
You need to get some rest.
Calvin, it's over. We lost the shooter.
Maybe. There still might be a way to save face. The shooter may have pulled the trigger, but he didn't act alone. He had accomplices within this administration.
Amos was following that thread from the beginning. It went nowhere.
Amos is incompetent. He had the shooter in his custody and he lost him.
What are you proposing?
Let me take over the investigation, Joseph. This is my house. If someone in the administration is behind this, I will find out who it is.
Okay. I'm giving you the authority.
Now I need to speak with everyone. Full access to all files and documents, including senior staff and cabinet members.
Whatever it takes. We don't have time to play politics.
Like a deer caught in the headlights. I heard his voice, but I couldn't put a face to it. Pin. There was a pin on his lapel. Had an American flag. Something a politician might wear, I don't know.
So he could have been a public official, possibly someone of high rank.
I know you're frustrated, but we can't stop now. These men are traitors.
Take a look at this. Fresh search turned this up. Significant activity from a decommissioned military facility in northern Montana. It's off the books. No mention of a recommission in any of the armed forces records. Jack McCall,
former colonel. He served with Roland in Iraq. He was discharged after the Haditha incident.
Roland, carry out the assassination, and McCall to oversee the paramilitary unit.
These are the foot soldiers of the conspiracy. They carried out the recent attacks, deploying men from overseas. But now they've moved on to American soil. They're mobilizing.
For what?
Stage 1 was the assassination. Stage 2, the terror attacks. We believe Stage 3 will be a major strike on a domestic target, timed to coincide with the upcoming elections.
Well, you're the NSA. Alert the military.
You don't understand. These people are the military. There's no way someone like McCall could operate like this under the radar, without help from higher up.
How high?
It's possible the Secretary of Defense is involved.
If McCall gets word that the location's been compromised, he'll pull out and redeploy. We've got a small window to gather information and identify the target.
Now, this is where you come in. McCall and Roland were very close. As far as McCall is concerned, Roland is still alive.
Another suicide mission.
The polls open in 2 days. We've got to identify the target.
No.
You serious?
I'm done being Steve Rowland.
You can't just leave.
Watch me.
Son, don't do this.
I want to know my name, and I want to know now!
I told you. Only the man who recruited you knows your identity.
I don't buy it. There's more. You tell me now.
You think I'd hesitate sending you to your death just because you're having an identity crisis? We're at war. You may not remember it, but you accepted the mission. You knew the risks.
Why would I have accepted the mission?
Because you had nothing left to live for.
What the hell are you saying to me?
Your name is Ross Tanner. You were a special ops agent assigned to Central. You had a family. Sarin gas attacks. In the Chicago subways, there were 21 victims. Your wife and daughter were killed. The man who launched this operation, he gave you the opportunity to take down the people who killed your wife and daughter.
Your identity was kept a secret from us, to protect you. It was only after we lost contact with you that we were told all of this.
Could have told me before.
You fell completely off the radar. You didn't try to make contact. As far as we knew, you were AWOL. And when you did surface, well, let's just say your behavior didn't inspire confidence.
Sorry.
The man who recruited you, he sent us this, your personal effects. Apparently you gave them to him for safekeeping. We'll give you a moment.
an honor serving with you.
You just have to follow your instincts.
That's what I've been doing. That's all I have. Jones, I don't think I can do this.
Yes, you can. I know, Ross Tanner. I know you can do this.
You don't know what it's like to live this way. I hate it. Everybody I meet, everybody, they get killed.
It wasn't always like that.
That's the only way I remember it.
Guards down. I'm going in.
I'm at the extraction point. Anything happens, radio me. Otherwise, we stay silent.
Package is being prepped as we speak. It should be en route within the hour.
Excellent. We'll meet at Mr. Winthrow's tomorrow. The others will be pleased to hear that we're on schedule. You're proud, Colonel. You've served our cause well. But now you know what must be done.
Yes, sir. Hello, Steve. It's good to see you. You shouldn't have come back. That's what happened. Run out of money? Didn't take the retirement?
You don't know. They didn't tell you. The mongoose and the others tried to kill me. Obviously, number one had something to do with it.
You remember what you said to me when we started down this road?
Let's not get sentimental, okay?
We always knew we were expendable. No one man was bigger than the cause.
Don't test me. You're expendable, too.
What happened to you, Steve?
Election day attack. I want to know the target.
That's why you're back. A little near-death experience, you lose your spine?
A lot of innocent people can die. I won't let that happen.
Casualties of war, a necessary evil. The only thing people respond to is terror. You strike enough fear in their hearts, they'll let you do anything. Anything at all to protect them.
Give me the target or you die right now.
I'm already dead.
No. No.
National Cemetery dignitaries and D.C. power players are arriving for the funeral of Nelson Wagstaff, veteran of the Korean War, respected judge and former senator, who was tragically killed in the McCarran Tunnel terror attack. Among those attending today is President Joseph Galbraith, who's set to go to the polls tomorrow against Wally Sheridan.
I understand Senator Wagstaff was a personal friend. On behalf of myself, my family, and the entire administration, please accept my deepest sympathies.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I admit it has been a trying year. Unfortunately, the show must go on.
Would you excuse us? Gerald? The Sheridans have a knack for timing. Sally's death put Wally in the running. And now the McCarran Airport tunnel bombing is going to put him in the White House.
Oh, you're wrong, sir. The American people will vote with their heads, not with their hearts.
There.
What?
That guy. Blow him up.
Proud, Colonel. Now you know what must be done.
That's him. That's number one. He was on the video conference. McCall.
What do you have?
He got one. It's wax.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wax has pulled the strings ever since Galbraith took office.
There's more. There's a woman in a biohazard suit assembling some kind of explosive device. We think it's nuclear.
Nuclear. Have you been able to determine a target?
We know it's somewhere in Maryland, a polling station. We're still trying to pinpoint which one.
Are you sure?
It was 13. I saw him.
All right, yeah, so what did he see?
The package. And whatever he found in McCall's bunker.
The operation files?
They were all on disk and encrypted.
And he doesn't know the exact location. Proceed with the delivery. The schedule remains the same.
Copy that.
General Carrington, we need to talk.
I just buried a friend, Colonel.
Why the hell was I dismissed from the case?
I don't know.
I find that hard to believe. You have the presidency, or you didn't know?
That's right. But I'm sure Calvin Wax did.
And President Galbraith didn't ask you for a consult.
That's right.
I suggested that the assassination was a domestic attack. You told me not to point fingers. I was close to linking the shooter to the administration, and now I'm pulled off the case.
What are you suggesting?
Who are you covering for?
Pardon me?
Is it someone higher up in the administration, or are you covering for yourself?
You're out of line, Colonel.
You were at your cabin with the shooter before we got there. You had the personnel file classified. You lied to me before. You're lying to me now.
I'm your ally. I'm not your enemy. I'm your friend. And I hope to hell you have a lot more because you're gonna need them. You screwed up. You let the shooter escape.
Get me Agent Stanwell.
Ben, wait. Wait. I'm out of line. But I am struggling to piece this together.
We need to talk. Lafayette Park, Jackson Memorial. We'll talk there.
General Carrington,
What's going on?
I have orders to take you into custody.
On what charge?
High treason. Who authorized this? I'm not at liberty to say.
That's not necessary.
Step back, sir. I don't want to have to arrest you for obstructing justice.
Again, if you're just joining us, an unnamed source has told USNN News that the suspect in the Sally Sheridan assassination has escaped from custody. We're still waiting on confirmation from the White House.
I want you to pull up everything you can on Colonel Amos. I mean, service records, tax returns. I don't care if you have to make it up. But you find something negative and you get it out there.
You got it.
All right, listen up, people. Colonel Amos was conducting an independent investigation under the authority of the NSA. He was assigned to the case by General Carrington, who has since been arrested and charged with high treason. At no time did Colonel Amos have any direct communication with the White House or with the president. Is that understood? Good. Now I want to hear that coming from her. Told you to hold all my calls.
I understand, but I really think you need to take this one. It came in on line 13.
This will just take a minute. Put it through and run a trace.
Yes, sir.
Stand by. Line's hot. Go ahead.
Hello.
I know who you are. I'm coming for you.
Were you able to trace it?
Call came from a payphone in DuPont Circle.
13 is here.
10 blocks away.
Governor Sheridan, can you comment on the arrest of General Ben Carrington?
Well, I think it's a travesty. What started out as an investigation into my sister's death has turned into a witch hunt. President Galbraith is so desperate to save face, he's turning on members of his own administration. The American people won't stand for such incompetence, and they will let the president know that at the polls tomorrow.
You wanted to see me in person?
He's here.
Who?
13, he is here. He called me himself.
What did he say?
He said he's coming for me.
Good. Let him. It'll make it easier.
Look, I am not going to be bait.
I'm afraid you have no choice. He's on the hunt. As long as I stay close, you stay alive.
Sam, you helped me find where the Indian goes. Now I'm enlisting your expertise once again. I need to know where these photos were taken. Please help me. I don't know who else I can trust.
They had Colonel Amos removed from the assassination probe. Arrested Carrington. Now I'm out of a job. I've been suspended pending the investigation. They took my key card, seized my files.
They're insulating themselves. Taking everyone who can hurt them out of play. Come here, I want to show you something. It's the end game. The election.
The election?
Killing Sally Sheridan got their man into office. Now they gotta keep him there. A nuclear strike on election day. The whole country will be put into a tailspin.
Wax will have Galbraith declare a state of emergency. Cancel the elections. It says here there are over 2,000 polling stations in Maryland. How are we supposed to know which one they're gonna hit?
Wax is the key. If we can get to him, we'll find the location.
We have no access, no surveillance. How are we supposed to get to White House Chief of Staff?
I mentioned something to McCall about a meeting tonight. You didn't say where, but I mentioned a name. Jasper.
Billionaire industrialist Jasper.
Had to be one of the conspirators.
Jasper Winthrow.
Has an obligation to protect you.
Jasper Winthrow.
Winthrow is CEO of Standard Electronic. RMP Telecom is one of the interests he's overseeing. There's a list of their subsidiary companies.
ABN, Deacon Chemical, Stratus Dynamics.
That's the crown jewel. Second largest military contractor in the world.
Well, he obviously has an interest with the country being at war.
Sally Sheridan scaled down our presence in Iraq, cut billions from the defense fund. She was bad for business. What is it?
I've seen that symbol. I was there. That's where they took me, maybe.
Ardent Glass. It's one of Standard's holdings. Winthrow's on the board.
Where are they based?
Monterrey, Mexico. They recently moved their U.S. manufacturing there. Press release is dated May 22nd.
Where were they based before?
Main plant was in Petersburg, Virginia. 30-minute flight from D.C.
That's it. That's where I was.
As governor of Illinois, Joseph Galbraith voted to cut the Marines by 1/4, the Navy fleet by 1/2. He even voted to slash intelligence programs crucial to the war on terror. His policies left the country vulnerable. Then, on Veterans Day, we finally paid the price. America lost a great president. And in this dire crisis, who do we have to turn to for leadership? When it comes to security, Joseph Galbraith is the solution to the problem. On November 9th, vote for a strong and safe America. Vote for Wally Sheridan.
You gotta be kidding me.
You always like the big ones. It's 160 miles to Petersburg. We can be there in 2 hours.
I'm going alone.
No, you're not.
Look, Carrington's in prison. We're all that's left. We can't risk something happening to both of us. Not now. It has to be this way. You know that.
Just listen to me. 13 was in custody for 8 hours before he escaped. We don't know what he told Amos. Mr. Winthrow has plants on the inside. Agent Cohn confirmed. 13 didn't divulge anything.
Agent Cohn is dead. So is Colonel McCall. Do you see a trend here? Last night, the Montana facility was breached. It was 13. He found his way back to McCall.
20 has possession of the package and is on schedule.
It's too risky. We have to assume that the operation has been compromised.
What are you suggesting, Norman?
We have to stand down. Let the election play out. It's the only way to insulate ourselves.
We can't. Not now. We're too close. Besides, the men have paid too high a price. They proved their commitment, now we need to prove ours.
Roland was one of ours, too.
What is that supposed to mean?
Don't you know why he's back? Why he's surfaced after all this time? We tried to kill him, and now he wants his revenge. He already took out Con and McCall. We're next.
13 may be a threat, but he's just one man. We're an army.
Armies fall, Mr. Wax, if they're vulnerable, no matter what the size. David versus Goliath. You remember how that ended?
Your sidearm, please.
Norman.
If you wish to resign, I don't believe anyone will stop you. Now, you must renew your allegiance or resign immediately. You need to remember why we're here, what we're trying to accomplish. We have all made sacrifices, some of us more than others.
Haven't we, Mr. Shipley?
This country was born from revolution. It will be saved by revolution. That is our cause, and it is a noble one. You would rather save yourself than save your own country. Well, may God save your soul. We took a vow, gentlemen. We will succeed or we will die. Cancer has grown within the very institutions of our government sworn to protect us. Our country has been allowed to slide into depravity. We are weak in the eyes of our enemies. Tomorrow, a new chapter in American history begins. In the place where the Father performed a sacred cleansing, we will perform a cleansing of our own. Yes.
He's here.
Where?
Inside.
He's probably watching you as we speak. Take the others and leave.
I'm gonna end this.
Everyone.
died that night right here, but they wouldn't listen.
Take the plane. When he's conscious, grill him again. When you're done, dump the body.
It's a bad idea.
Plane. 12,000 feet. I had you dead to rights. You still don't get it, do you? Steve Rowland's dead. He died the night of the assassination. I was put into play just to keep you looking, Marth. Look at me. Look at my eyes. You don't forget the eyes of a man you killed. You killed Steve Rowland. Who are you then? All I have is a name. Ross Tanner. You took everything else.
Secretary of Defense Shipley. Are you sure?
Positive. And these are just the ones I remember.
These are some of the most powerful men in the country.
Well, they're about to become more powerful.
What are you thinking?
We need to find that bomb.
But Wax never ID'd the target. The bomb could be headed anywhere in the state.
No, not anywhere. He didn't name the target. He made a reference to it. He said something with the Father. Perform the sacred cleansing, cleaning, or something.
Sounds like a religious reference.
You got a Bible?
Hold on, I think I found something. New Testament book of John. Jesus cures the sick with holy water at a sacred pool called Bethesda.
Bethesda, Maryland.
4 hours from D.C.
That's gotta be it.
Justice Department has accused you of high treason. Has anybody pulled you to the ground for the charges?
Conspiring to kill the president. They claim they have evidence linking me to 13.
Personnel file. The one you classified, that's it, isn't it? You know, we have about 3 minutes until the guards realize I'm not authorized to be here.
Then you better leave.
Hey. I've seen your visitor's log. Your power player friends are not exactly lining up to help you. You need me. I cannot help you unless you tell me the truth.
What do you want to know?
I want to know the real reason you were at that cabin, and I want to know why you classified that personnel file.
He's not who you think he is.
13?
The man you saw at the cabin did not kill the president.
We have evidence.
I'm not disputing the evidence.
Good, then you know that we have a video that shows he shot Sally Sheridan.
You're not listening to me, Colonel. The men you saw at the cabin, the men you had in custody, did not kill President Sheridan. I'm sorry, Colonel. I wish I could help you in this matter. Perhaps someone in my office can assist you.
Is there anyone in particular I should ask for?
There are 5 polling stations in Bethesda, Maryland. I had bomb threats called into all of them.
No. Local law enforcement won't be able to handle that kind of security. Bomber will slip right by him.
I lost my access. There's not much else we can do.
Yes, there is. I saw her. I know what she looks like.
I don't know where to find her.
Right here, City Hall. There's 11,000 voters registered there, most in the county.
Central location. Densely populated. Ideal blast radius for maximum casualties. What do you want, Colonel Amos?
You can relax, Miss Jones. I'm not here to arrest you. I just want to talk.
Can't help you, Colonel. I've been suspended pending the investigation.
We both know the real reason you were suspended.
Sir?
I was taken off the case for the same reason. General Carrington was arrested for the same reason. They're afraid of what we might find out.
I'm sorry, my lords advised me not to speak
We're on
to
the same team.
I know.
Then why do you have a weapon hidden behind your back? That's not necessary.
What are you doing here? How'd you find me?
General Carrington sent me, suggested I speak to you, said I should mention a Mr. Tanner.
What else did he say?
He wouldn't be specific, but he suggested that 13 didn't kill the president, and I'm inclined to believe him.
Why's that?
The man we captured was questioned extensively. Despite my best efforts, he wouldn't name his co-conspirators. Now I know why. He doesn't know who they are. He doesn't know who they are because he didn't kill Sally Sheridan.
You're right about that. I didn't kill the president, but I know who did.
Who, Mr. Tanner?
You don't get to ask the questions this time.
I am sorry about what happened, but you would have done the exact same thing if you were in my shoes, and you know it. You also know that I could have brought the cavalry with me. I came alone.
You have no idea how high up this goes.
Then tell me.
It's all clear.
K9, sweep all storage areas.
Copy that.
And you were the bait?
And they bit.
Jasper Winthrow. Ellery Shipley, Calvin Wax, the Secretary of Defense, the Chief of Staff. This was not just an assassination, it was a palace coup.
President Galbraith, you think he's involved?
No, not knowingly. But Calvin Wax was his closest aide. He has Galbraith's ear.
They just didn't count on Wallace Sheridan taking over the Republican nomination.
Suddenly they had an election to win. My escape led to a political disaster.
The coup failed. Wally Sheridan is going to win the election. What?
These men infiltrated the highest branches of the government. They killed the president. They are never going to leave their fate in the hands of the voters.
The polls open in 6 hours.
Which is exactly when they're going to strike. Right here.
It's a polling station in Bethesda, Maryland. They have a dirty bomb.
A nuclear attack on American soil on election day? That is insane.
Not to them. To them, it's insurance.
We have to evacuate that entire county. I need to talk to Langley and FEMA.
No. The conspirators find out that something's wrong. They will divert the bomb. They can set it off anywhere.
Right now, we know where the bomb is headed. We can go there, find it. It's the only chance we got to stop him.
What can I do?
You still have your White House clearance.
For now?
Okay. You get close to Wax. Keep your eye on him. He's the one calling the shots.
We're overlooking one thing. Calvin Wax is senior staff. As long as he is inside the White House, he's untouchable.
Yes. But he will leave eventually. And when he does...
A lot of attention was paid to this D.C. area voting station where both candidates appeared this morning to cast their ballots. Early exit polls show Wally Sheridan has taken the lead in both Virginia and Florida. Battleground states that could determine the outcome of the election.
The cellular customer you are trying to reach is unable to take your call.
Last 30 years.
Nothing on my end.
Place is locked down. She's gonna have to come in through the front door.
Can I get you to step over here, please? Arms and legs apart. Go ahead. Can you cover for me? Yeah, no problem.
I got her. She's in the lobby.
On my way.
I'm approaching. Now.
Sir, this area is off limits.
He's fainting. Get help!
happened here?
I don't know, I just fainted.
Who did this?
He went that way.
I have a man down. Suspect is in the east wing. All units respond.
We've been made.
Code 6. I repeat, code 6.
We are hearing now that the state of Iowa will go to Republican candidate Wally Sheridan.
With nearly 80% of precincts reporting, Republican candidate Wally Sheridan appears to hold an insurmountable lead.
That package should have been delivered by now. What the hell is going on?
I don't know. The courier was supposed to call if there were any delays.
Now she's unreachable. She's not the only one. I've been trying to reach the mongoose all day. He's 13.
Less than 4 hours until polls close, and while it's still too early to declare an official winner, it looks as though Wally Sheridan is going to hold on to Utah and Nevada, and thus secure the 270 electoral votes needed to claim the presidency.
It's over. Galbraith's gonna lose the election.
Either way, Calvin Wax is out of a job.
Colonel Amos, I'm glad you came.
It's good to see you again, sir.
Likewise. I'm sorry about the way things turned out. I hope there are no hard feelings.
Of course not, Mr. President.
I think it's time you showed it to me.
Sorry, sir. Showed you what?
The concession speech, Calvin.
You fought hard, sir. You deserve this election.
No. I let Sheridan put me on the defensive. The American people will tolerate a lot of things from their president. Hypocrisy, deception, even outright lies. But the one thing they won't tolerate is weakness.
Well, if you'll excuse me, sir, I'd like to attend to a personal matter.
Of course. And then, try to get some sleep. Calvin, it's been a real privilege serving with you.
The feeling is mutual, sir.
Call my driver. Forward all calls to the house line.
I'm in the White House. Wax is leaving. He bolted when Galbraith told him he's going to concede the election.
Where to?
Home.
The cellular customer you are trying to reach is unable to take your call.
Don't move.
You're persistent, Roland. You're very persistent. I will give you that.
Steve Rowland's dead. He died from his wounds on the day of the assassination.
So who are you? His twin brother?
I'm Agent Ross Tanner. General Carrington enlisted me for an undercover assignment. You killed a president and dozens of innocent people. It's my job to find out why. Hey! You just lost an election. You want to lose a hand on the same day?
You know, all this time, And you still haven't figured it out, have you? You don't know anything.
I know this. It's over.
Oh, it's only the beginning. The bombings, the election. It's just a preamble. It's a new world order, Agent Tanner. America is weak, but it will soon be restored to its proper stature. And my only regret is that I won't be around to see it happen.
Hey!
After thorough examination of the evidence, our investigators have linked the attempted strike on Bethesda to a paramilitary organization based in the United States. It is through this covert unit that former Secretary of Defense Ellery Shipley recruited disenfranchised American soldiers to carry out the handiwork of his fellow conspirators. The plot was set in motion with the assassination of my sister, former President Sally Sheridan. And were it not for the heroic efforts of federal law enforcement, would have culminated in a nuclear strike on American soil. Ladies and gentlemen, this plot was nothing short of a coup. A conspiracy aimed at destabilizing the country and undermining the democratic process. The conspirators themselves are some of the most powerful people in America. Men like former Secretary of Defense Ellery Shipley. Men like CEO of Standard Electronics, Jasper Winsrow. But I assure you, they are not Americans. They are traitors. These men killed my sister to put Joseph Galbraith in office and gain effective control of the presidency. Then, when it appeared they were about to lose their power, they attempted to sabotage the election by doing something even more abhorrent. Sacrificing the lives of their fellow Americans. Now, in the light of these findings, I have asked President Galbraith to resign the presidency. He has agreed and has promised his full cooperation with our investigation. The Speaker of the House will assume full executive powers until my inauguration, but be assured, all of the men responsible for this dark chapter in American history have been caught or killed, including the man responsible for the assassination of my sister. Homeland Security has confirmed that they have identified the body and that it is in fact Steve Rowland, the suspected assassin known as 13.
Apparently, I'm looking at a ghost. So, what are you gonna do after your surgery?
Start looking.
For what?
My answers.
You know, some things aren't worth going back to. Losing your memory? That could be a blessing. Fresh start.
Tired of running, sir.
Got a hard head.
Amen for that.
What's going on here?
Someone wanted to have a word with you before you left.
I'm sorry. I know you're not him, but it's still difficult.
It's
If we'd met a few days ago, I would have killed you myself. Now I would feel honored just to shake your hand. It's rare that a single individual has such a profound effect on the course of history. If it weren't for you, thousands would have died. Our government would have fallen. And 2 centuries of American democracy would have come undone. Of course, the American people will never know the sacrifices you've made for your country. But on their behalf, I would like to thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The runway's been cleared. We need to board.
Godspeed, Mr. Tanner.
It's an honor to serve you, sir.
Honor was all mine.
Just got this from the plastic surgeon.
Moment of truth. Let's see what we got.
It says here the first step will be to lower the brow line. That the dermis is detached and the orbital bone filed down. Once that is healed, we can proceed to resculpting your nose and chin.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Hey, it's me.
Hey, Sam.
Hi. So, are you still going by 13, or do you have a proper name now?
It's Ross, actually.
That's original.
So did you get my package?
Yeah, I'm looking at the photos right now. Okay, Skyline is Chicago. It looks like one of the major parks. I can download some maps and try to match your topography.
That would be great. Thanks.
So, who is the lady?
There's someone I need to find.
Well, I don't know that these are going to help you find her.
Why's that?
Because the shots were manipulated. The shadow below the nose does not match the position of the sun. Plus, the pixelation is off.
Hold on. What are you saying to me?
I'm saying the lady and the kid were never at that park with that guy. Someone digitally inserted them into the shots. Are you there?
I'm gonna have to call you back.
What's wrong?
The photographs you and Carrington gave me. They were fakes.
What?
Digitally manipulated. You didn't know that?
No, what are you talking about?
Why did you two lie to me again?
I didn't lie.
You told me I was Ross Tanner. He gave me photographs of my dead wife and my dead daughter.
Because that is what I was told.
By who?
By the man who recruited you.
Well, then who's the man? What's his name?
I don't know his name.
Then get Carrington on the phone. I want to know.
You could ask Carrington, but he'll tell you the old man can only be reached through double-blind contacts and shadow intermediaries for everyone's security.
Plausible deniability. Yeah, right. Something's not right here. And it's not just the photos, it's everything. The way this conspiracy was exposed, it was way too easy, way too convenient.
No, it's over. We took him down.
You don't know anything.
Don't move. It's over.
It's only the beginning.
Before Wax killed himself, he said the elections and the bombings, they were just the beginning. Something else is going on here. We're just not seeing it.
As president, my first priority is to keep this country safe. So this serves as a warning to those who would do harm beyond our nation. America will be strong. We will no longer stand idle, waiting to be attacked, like a deer caught in the headlights. Like a deer caught in the headlights. Who did you talk to? What do they know? America is under attack. Because of your bravery, we don't have to live in fear anymore. Like a deer caught in the headlights. cowards who committed these treacherous crimes have been defeated, but the threat they posed still lingers. It lingers.
And may God bless the United States of America.
It lingers in the oppressive policies of foreign regimes. It lingers in zealotry of fundamentalists who would spill blood in the name of religion.
What are you thinking?
Especially lingers in the hearts of those who hate America, hate us for our freedoms, for our very way of life, which allows
Wax wasn't number one.
us to practice the religion of our choice.
He was.
And make no mistake about it. There's nothing to destroy us. But we know that they can never win. We know this because we are guided by a power larger than ourselves.
Holy Sheridan. How's that possible?
They killed Sally Sheridan knowing it would put Galbraith into the White House. The bomb wasn't supposed to keep him in power. It was supposed to wipe out the entire U.S. government. With Wax calling the shots, pulling the strings, Galbraith never stood a chance for re-election.
But if they knew Wally would win, why go through with the dirty bomb?
Because they wanted more than the presidency. They wanted totalitarian control. Fascism. They needed a crisis severe enough that the American public would accept.
Oh my God. So the only thing standing between democracy and dictatorship would be the president.
May God bless us all, and may God bless the United States of America.
We're going back.